Hello, it's Rob here from Woodward English. How is everyone? How was your week? It is Saturday morning, 9 o'clock in the morning here in New Zealand. How are you? Just let me know in the chat. Welcome in. Say hello. Say where you're from. I'm ready, Masters Apprentice. Welcome along. We've seen Purwanta, Magda, Alex, Raymond Brothers, RT. People dropping in to say hello. How was your week? My week here in New Zealand was a little. Nothing much happened really. Still in lockdown, like hard lockdown. Can't leave the house really, so that's about it. Let's have a look. We've got a conversation today about why are you learning English? But we're just going to wait a little for everyone to come along. So yes, Purwanta's here, the Master's Apprentice is here. Remember, the first 5 minutes, we're just going to relax. Well, we always relax anyway, but we're just going to relax and wait for everyone to come. And I say hello to everyone. I do the shout outs to everyone that has come. Alicia from Poland. Hello, everyone. Have a nice lesson. You too, Alicia. Send me greetings. I have already, the Master's Apprentice. Where are you from? Let me know where you're from. I know some of you frequently come, so I know where you're from because I see you quite often, and it's really cool. It's like having friends here. We've got Fabi Cruz. Everyone's starting to come in now. Yes! Fabi Cruz, hello. Great to see you again, Fabi. Trisha, or Tricia. Trisha must be. Hello from South America. Guyana. No way. I know where that. You got got the three little countries up the top of South America. Guyana, Suriname, and oh my god, I forgot the other one. But yes, and that's a little place, and I'm impressed that you come from there. Welcome, Trisha. Ibrahim's also here from Somalia. Welcome. How have you been? Thank you for asking. I've been well, fortunately. Haven't left the house. I know, left the house once to go to the supermarket. You're allowed to go to the supermarket in lockdown, but other than that, at home, just working on different things. Who else we got here? We have Professor Xavier. No way. The original Professor Xavier. Hello from Brazil. What part of Brazil are you from? Or could be Javier. Lilium, also in Brazil. Great. Angelica, lovely to see you again, helping out again. Really appreciate it. Anawa, also, I'm doing fine, thank you. Was it Cariave from Bogota in Colombia? Awesome. Larissa, how's it going in Gibraltar? Yes. Hello from Gibraltar. How have you been? It's been good, actually. It's been, just can't leave the house. The thing, I didn't do anything wrong. And I cannot leave the house. I've been punished. It's like when you're a little kid and you're naughty, you cannot leave your house and go talk to your friends. That's what's happening here in New Zealand right now. Who else we got there? Rahmad. Hi, Woodward. How are you doing? Awesome. I'm watching this from Sorong, West Papua New Guinea. Papua. Oh, really? Indonesia. That's cool. What? That's really early. It's like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning in Indonesia right now. Something like that. You're from Nicaragua. Awesome. And we've got Jonathan's coming in. You're for Anwar from Iraq. How are you doing, Anwar? Who else is there? You're Nicaraguan. Okay, cool. JJ from Sicily's here. Awesome. Colleen is here. Oh, this is good to see everyone. Well, as you can see, if you look out my bedroom window again, it seems like I change houses every week. Yes, I do. This week, if I open my bedroom window, and this is, of course, where? Where is this? New Zealand. Of course, this is where I'm from. And these are just some mountains, lots of mountains here in New Zealand. And yeah, this is, I don't know which one. This is most likely the South Island of New Zealand. And since it is the morning here, remember it's Saturday morning here in New Zealand, I thought this would be quite appropriate. So, who else we got? Oh, got Lorena from Argentina. Great, that's cool. Caroline, Walherio, Lee from the UK. Awesome. Now, I hope you've seen, let's have a look. Okay, so we're going to have a bit of a conversation today. Tell me how your week was. While we're waiting for everyone to come, how was your week? How was your week? It's 6 a.m. What's only 3 hours behind? That's still impressive though. Eastern Indonesian time. Okay. So you're like on that part. You got Walherio. Good evening, everyone. I'm well. How's it going, Wal? So we're going to talk about English, the English language, learning English, why are you learning English, and everything like that. Yes! Here we have the one, the only, the original Iran from Brazil. Brazil. Hi, Rob. I'm in a bakery buying some bread. Oh, can you get the one? No, the one that's over there. The ones like that with the apricot thing in there, the sweet one. Yeah, can you just get that one? No, the other one next to it. Yeah, thanks, Iran. Those are the ones I want. Your week was great, Moose. That's awesome. That's good to hear. Cassius, I've been extremely busy. Was that with work or life or busy playing games? Busy working, I imagine. Busy working. Oh, yum. Now you just made me think, I would like something sweet from a bakery, something like, but we don't have any bakeries open at the moment. Anyway, Cassius is also from Brazil. Yeah, so, I just want to do a quick shout out. Of course, you've got Iran. He's got that really cool logo next to his name because he's been a member for 2 years. Thank you. I want to go say hello to a couple of other members that have just joined in the last couple of days. David Lamb, thank you. Emma Drew and Sophie Lambert. Thank you. Appreciate it. My wife is keeping you busy. Okay, so what I want to do is, if you want to know what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about this question up here. Why are you learning English? Don't answer it just yet. Just wait. Because I've got let's go have a look at something. Isel, how's it going? Escoto. Chuzu. Basketball, also from Barcelona, if I remember correctly. My memory's terrible, so the fact that I remember where lots of people are from, I deserve a medal. Mon Music, hello, you're from Myanmar, awesome. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you just on the website very quickly. We've got all of our conversation questions we do every 2 weeks. If we go down the bottom here it is. Why are you learning English? This is what we're going to be doing today. So if you want to copy that, advertisements, that's the reason I can have a website. A lot of things we're going to talk about here. Why are you learning English? How are you learning English? What has been the easiest thing about learning English? What has been the most difficult thing about learning English? What advice would you give to someone starting to learn English? And more we're going to talk about all of these today. So I'm going to put the link in the chat if you want to follow some of the things we talk about. But it's just going to be a relaxed conversation. Those are just some of the topics, okay? And let's go back to, not the beautiful look outside. I just want to close this down. Open up my Illustrator. That's the thing that I use. Boom. Here we are. Let's have a look. Moose, is it American English, teacher? No, this is general English. English for communication. I'm from New Zealand. English is my first language. And this is just general English. I wouldn't worry about American English, British English. Just learn English. Be able to communicate. That's the most important thing, okay? So that's what we're doing here. JJ has said, my week has been sleepy and stressful. So when you're stressed, you sleep sometimes? Sleepy because I'm trying to talk with native English speakers. And my time zone is different to the USA. Okay. It's interesting. Okay, we're starting already. How are you learning English? That's a question that we can have. So we've got why are you learning English and how are you learning English? Let's see what we got here. Okay, 1 second. So, hello. Yep, this is my thing. So we've got the typical why are you learning English? learning. Why are you learning English? And the other question that we're going to have today, one of the main questions, got lots of questions for you today, is the how are you learning English? So JJ has mentioned, my week has been sleepy and stressful because I'm trying to talk with native English speakers, and my time zone is different to the USA. So you're just interested in people from the United States? What's the time difference between the United States and Europe and Italy? What's the time difference? About 5 hours or something like that? So I became a night owl. So awake at night and sleepy in the morning. I don't talk to, I'm not learning English talking to native speakers, and I'm awake late at night and sleepy in the morning. Saturday morning here in New Zealand, I'm sleepy because just go to bed late. It's just, especially with lockdown. So okay, JJ, what do you use to learn English? To talk to these native speakers? Yes, you can mention applications and programs and things like that. That's what we're here, so we can share experiences. I know what, I'm learning English because I love English. That's good. Nilufer, good to see you again. Good morning, how are we? We're great. Miramad, hello my best teacher. Awesome. Cassius, a night owl. Yeah, night owl. Currently, I know, and a lot of you also, you're watching this like 11 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night, midnight, sometimes 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I really appreciate that you come and join us in this conversation. I really appreciate it. Who else we got there? Jason Duarte. Because I'm learning English. Because I love it. That's good. I like how you like the language. So you're just learning it because you like it. That's interesting. Why do you like it? Do you like it because of the music? Because of the watch movies? My week was hard, Nancy. Sorry to hear that. But welcome here. We're going to relax you. Night owl or early bird? Me, I'm a night owl. I'm definitely a night owl. I would love to get up early in the morning. I would love to. I mean, I do. Today it's early. It's Saturday morning. It's early for me. But I would love to be able to just wake up early like, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I can do anything. But I get to sleep like 3 hours beforehand. Basketball says, I learn English from TV and YouTube. There are so many places that you can learn English for free. That's a great thing, especially nowadays. Like 20 years ago or 25 years ago, there's like, internet was like in its basic form, and there were not many things where you could learn English. I mean, our website was from 2002, I think, something like that. We started it. And that's like, just about 20 years now, our website. Cool. So we started that, and there's not many other people doing it. So it was difficult 20 years ago, but now there's so many options. Even on your cell phone you can learn. Just reading. Amal says, hi teacher Rob, hope you're having a good day. I am. I'm with you. So it's going to be a good day. I've been learning English since 2015, but I started to learn hard just 1 year ago. Okay, so like it was more relaxed before, Amal. And now I started to learn hard. What do you mean by learning hard? Like, are you referring to like 3-4 hours a day? Or all day, or why is it more hard, or are you learning a lot more now compared to before? Lorena says, I'm learning in my free time. I listen to music. That's good. That's a good way too, about learning through songs, especially music you like. For example, I'm learning, one of the languages I'm learning is Italian, and this week I've been listening to a lot of Italian rock music, but not like hard rock, just like the rock, and it's like sometimes ballads and things like that. And it's been good Because like there's some great songs, and I'm like listening to certain people, and it's like, oh, this is good. And if when you repeat the songs, you start learning some of the words from there. It's like, oh, and what like intonation and things like that. So that's like a great thing to learn with like songs. Also, do not worry if you don't understand the lyrics, which are the words of a song. Sometimes, okay, I'm an English teacher. English is my first language. Sometimes I do not understand what people are saying in songs in English. I'm like, what did she just say? What did he just say? I am said something. I'm not too so. Don't worry if you don't understand. If you can get a copy of the lyrics, great. But don't worry if you don't understand. It happens because sometimes instead of saying happy, they say happy, and it's like what? It's like yeah. So what else we got there? Oh, I gotta go move it up because it's moving. Lots of things in the chat. I'm going to read everyone's comments in the chat, so it might take time to get to you. Don't worry, I do read everyone. I'm learning in your free time. Hey, I sing. Good to see you. I'm learning English for business and pleasure. Good one, Cassius. Eduardo from Mexico. Larissa. I'm learning English because I moved to an English-speaking country, which is Gibraltar. Before, I was lazy to learn English. And that's what happens. Sometimes you go to an English-speaking country or another country, and it's like you have to learn. For example, before I went to South America, I was like, I want to learn Spanish. So I learned some words and things like hola, buenos dias, but with a terrible accent. And I learned basic words. And then when I got into the country, the first country was Chile, I'm like, what are these people saying? I don't understand anything. And I could, you can't order food. You cannot ask, where is the supermarket if you don't know, if you only know, hola, hello. So you suddenly discover, oh, I need to ask where. How do you say where in this language? How do you say where in Spanish and Portuguese and Italian? And so you start learning from necessity by being in the country. It's actually a great way to learn. Something that I've discovered, if you are going to an English-speaking country, I know it can be difficult, but try and avoid people that speak your language. For example, when I lived in Chile, in South America, they speak Spanish. I wanted to learn Spanish, so I avoided people that spoke English. It was difficult, very difficult. I avoided the people from America and from Australia and from England and everyone like that, because I wanted to learn the local language. And what I discovered after living there many years, there are some people who had lived in Chile and in Argentina and Spain, different countries, and they lived there for like 10 years or even 20 years, and they could not speak the language. And I thought, that is so unfortunate. Personally, I find it terrible because you are missing out. You're missing out on so much. You're missing out on the culture, the programs, the movies, the music. There's so many things like experiences you can have when you know even just a little bit of the language. So if you go to an English-speaking country, try and talk to like local people. Just go to the local pub or local library, just anywhere. So you can, you probably don't go to the library because you can't talk in the library. They'll tell you off. Shut up. Or do sport. Like if you play football, join a football team. But not with people from your country, just from other countries. So you have to use the language. That's a great thing. So yeah, when you're going into that, if you're fortunate and you can do it, because not many people can, but if you can, do this. I'm learning English. Marina says, I'm learning English because it's very important for me and the field I work in, IT. Yeah, because a lot of IT, information technology, computers and everything like that, it's in like programming, it's all in English. Yeah, it's all in English, so you do need it. Fashmash says, I love English. That's good. Cassia says, speaking English could open several doors. Could you open the door, please? Yes. But which door would you like to open? Door number 1 or door number 2? In door number 1, we have, you're going to be speaking English. In door number 2, we got a big, scary, hairy monster. Or was it the other way around? You decide. Yeah, but English does open many doors to so many experiences. Yeah, I personally find it really wonderful, impressive that you are all learning English, have learned English. I think that's great. What else we got there? Because I want to understand movies without subtitles and talk in English. Yeah, that's actually brilliant, especially if there's a movie that you like and you repeat. It's like the children. They watch Frozen like about 1,000,000 times, and they know exactly every word and thing that happens in the movie. And if they have it in English or in the language, another language, that they sort of like, yeah, they can learn a lot from that. Because English is a worldwide language. It is. It's like the language, like someone from China, someone from, I don't know, Thailand, like they want to communicate. It's like, hey, let's just use a common language, which is English. Nancy says, because I love it. I'm a teacher and I want to get better, such as, speaking and listening. Yeah, like you can always improve. I've been teaching English for 25 years or something like that. I can still learn things. There are so many things I could learn about the language. You can always improve. And English is my language, but there's so many things you can oh, so that's the reason this happens with that. It's like, I'm learning every day also. And it's a great thing. So I was a softer, or is it Sophia? Anyway, you got softer, so I'll say that. Personal satisfaction, like, yeah. Miramad says, oh God, it's all just gone. Where is it? I've got to catch up with everyone. Wow, lots of comments. Here it is. Okay, so we got Miramad. I want to find some best job. You want to find a better job. The reason I'm studying so hard. And so you need English for that job, I assume? Or what type of job are you interested in? Fabi Cruz, I love learning English and also to get a better job. I'm learning in a self-taught way. That's great. Like teaching yourself English. There's so many ways you can learn to teach. You can teach yourself. Reading books, brilliant. Magazines, brilliant. YouTube videos. There's so many wonderful teachers on YouTube where you can learn from many different countries. Social media, also. Yeah, you can learn from. You have to be careful with social media because native speakers, the way they sometimes write or text or put things on social media, sometimes it's not the correct English, but at the same time it's great because you can learn about current events and things that are happening and slang and things that people naturally use in English. So yeah, social media. Just be careful. Sometimes it's not correct, but it's still great because it's real English. Wherever I can find English. That's great. Adelaide there, how's it going? Good to see you again. I'm doing well, thanks. Peace and love to you too. JJ, I've got to move my chat. There it is. There are 6 to 9 hours of difference between Italy and the US. This depends on which part of America. For example, the Pacific Zone, LA is 9 hours. In the Eastern Zone, 6 hours. Good to know. Like here, with me here from Europe, got a 12-hour difference at the moment. So here in New Zealand and Europe, and that's why I do it in the morning, so that people in Europe can join in. And in South America, it's like 16 hours difference, approximately, between here and Brazil, 16 or 15 hours, depends on the daylight saving. Amal says, actually, I learn English because I'm interested in linguistic studies. Good. In general, even in my native tongue, Arabic. I was actually learning a bit of Arabic. What was it, this week? I think it was It was this week. I was actually doing a chart about the numbers. I was trying to create a chart about the numbers in Arabic from 1 to 10. And then I discovered, oh, the numbers, you got a female version and a masculine version. I'm like, no. So, yeah, that's what I got to. I find it really interesting, and there are always something new to learn in every language. I know. It's just, yeah, oh, I love languages. I love languages. Cassius says, I love podcasts. And sometimes they're two in one, getting good information like news, or could be about science or things that you're interested in, and learning English at the same time. And that's a good, podcasts are good for listening, very good for listening. Listen to, you can listen to podcasts about learning English. There's probably many of those. Unfortunately, I don't have a time to do a podcast, sorry. I'd love to, but at the moment, don't have much time to do anything. I'd love to do a podcast, but I'm more focused on YouTube at the moment. But yeah, but if you can, like, if I'm interested in, I don't know, the Middle Ages and castles and knights, if I listen to a podcast about that, I'm learning English and about the topic that interests me. So you like, and when you are learning about things you're interested in, oh man, you absorb a lot more. So that's a good recommendation, Cassius. Fashmash, is there a difference between American accent and British? Yes. In the United States of America, there are many different accents. In England or in Britain, Great Britain, there are many different accents. So it's like, I wouldn't worry so much about that. My recommendation is learn English in general. Don't worry about if it's American English, British. There's a little differences in spelling, some of the vocabulary, but don't worry about it. That's what I should actually do a video about it. Don't worry about learning British English or American English. Something like that. JJ, I advise to use Hello Talk. That's an app, is it? And why do you like it? Okay. If you recommend an app or a thing, why do you like it? Here we have more Norwegians. Okay. Learning from necessity. Yes. When I got to Chile, I was like, oh God, I couldn't ask for anything. And you just learn. I was like hungry for the first 2 weeks. And I would eat things on the street only because they had little symbols. It's like I was eating chocolate on the streets for 2 weeks because I couldn't say anything. But I saw it was like 100 pesos. Oh yeah, I have one. So, and just take one of those, pass the money, didn't need to speak. You learn out of necessity. Colleen says, I study English every day, watching videos and listening to music in English. That's good. And that's an important thing, to try and learn something every day. You don't need to spend 1 hour, 2 hours, even if it's like 5 minutes, 10 minutes every day. Every single day, just to try and keep things in your mind. I mean, of course it's better to study longer, but it's the being consistent every day, just doing it, even if it's like on an app like Duolingo or anything like that. Just do it, even for 5 minutes. I avoid speaking in Portuguese. That's good. That's good. How long did I live in Chile? I was there like about 20 years I think I was there, from memory. Yeah. Or more? No, about 20 years or so, can't remember. But yeah. And it wasn't just Chile, it's like got to travel a bit in South America. I got hello from Iraq. I'm learning English. Okay, Anderson. Hello, Anderson. I'm learning English listening to the radio. Oh, that's a cool thing. That's what I use sometimes too, to learn other languages. You've got, I can't remember the name of it now. There's a website where you can, the Garden Radio, something like that, where it's got the map of the world, okay? You've got the map of the world, and you can zoom in to New Zealand, and there's New Zealand, and you'll see different cities, and you click on a city, and it has the radio stations from those cities, and you can click on that, and it takes you to the live radio from that city or from that radio station. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. If someone remembers, it'd be great. But it's Garden something. and it's just got radio stations all around the world. That is brilliant. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to practice French, so I go to a radio station in Paris or in Rome or for Italian or anywhere, and it's a great way because okay, you're listening to music, but at the same time, when they start speaking, that's a great part. Even listening to commercials or advertisements on the radio in the native language, it's like, I find it great because those are the things that you'll get when you live in an English-speaking country. So that's a great recommendation, Anderson. On the internet, watching movies, and breaking news. And today in breaking news, we have... Hang on 1 second. Daniel Vargas says, funny and sad at the same time. In Chile, we speak the worst Spanish of all. I know, it's very quick. And you remove the S from the ends of and the Ds, and most... You lose a lot of letters. And you love animals. Also, you always use animals in Spanish and it's Chilean Spanish. But anyway, but at the same time, when I learned Spanish in Chile, I can understand, like a Peruvian, when they speak, oh God, it's really slow, but it's like easy. Yeah. It lay there, says, English, it's very difficult language, but yes, you will, it lay there. It is difficult. Keep at it. It's worth it. How long, Cassie says, how long did it take to speak English confidently? Okay, I've said this before. I was there. In the first 3 months, I learnt nothing because I didn't try and speak the language. I was waiting for that moment when I would speak perfectly. And that's what happens to a lot of people. They always wait until that moment, I want to speak English and I'm going to wait. I'm going to be quiet now. I'm not going to say anything in the chat. I'm just going to listen. I'm just going to wait until I speak better in the future. At some moment in the future, I will speak much better. But that moment never comes. You always want to know more about it. So I was in Chile. For example, my first 3 months, I was quiet. I didn't say anything. And I thought, wow, 3 months, I didn't speak the language. That's terrible. For me, I think that's why. I consider myself intelligent. May or may not be true, but I consider myself intelligent. Why didn't I learn anything? And then I discovered because I said the minimum. I said almost, I was very quiet. I did not try because I didn't want to make mistakes. But after 3 months, I was like, okay, this isn't happening. This isn't right. I have to try and use the language. When you try and use English, yes, sometimes you make mistakes. Sometimes you mix things up. It goes upside down. But that does not matter. The most important thing is to use the language, try and communicate, and then you will discover what you need, what you don't need. So my first 3 months of learning, for example, Spanish, I didn't learn anything living in a Spanish-speaking country. But when I started using the language, it was terrible at the beginning. People would look at me like, what are you saying? But I expressed what I needed, and I learned very quickly. It took me maybe another 3 to 6 months. After 9 months, I could speak Spanish without a problem. 6 months, I could communicate, no problem. But it was after 9 months, and that was considering my first 3 months, I learned nothing. So, as I always say, try and just use it. If you're typing, don't worry about the mistakes. That is, I will often correct mistakes because I want to help you. Okay? And that's when you discover what you need and what you don't need. So, yeah. Another one. Viorica. I learn English because I have the chance to communicate with anyone who does not know my native language. And that's a thing too, because not everyone speaks Spanish. And that's, okay, sometimes there are people from countries, English-speaking countries, and they will go to, for example, to Brazil. And they don't speak Portuguese. They'll just speak in English to everyone. And they assume, they think, oh, everyone's going to understand because everyone speaks English. No. And I think that's unfortunate. I think if you go to another country, to try and speak some of that language, even if it's minimal, thank you, or hello, or please. Okay? For example, if you like go into a shop and like, por favor, please, please. You just need one word and they'll understand. They're like, oh, poor guy, yeah, have it. So yeah, just the basic words. What else we got there? I learn English because, yeah. And there's some countries like, for example, Alicia in the chat, she's from Poland. Like, or someone mentioned also in the comments is like, because not many people speak your language. Like, if you're from Poland, not many people speak Polish outside of there, outside of the country. If you're from the Ukraine, not many people speak Ukrainian, okay? What else we got there? Almost American people speak correctly, but they said, bro, not bother. Yeah. What, in the United States, can you say that another way? Because there are people that will say, there are some people, not countries, people, it's like, if you don't speak them correctly, they're like, if they don't accept the way that you speak, they're not worth your time. Simple as that. If they cannot accept that you do not speak correctly, like when I speak in Spanish, it's not perfect, but I don't care. People accept it. And if someone does not accept the way that I speak Spanish, it's like, whatever. You do not have the empathy. You do not have the understanding that people are learning. It will never be perfect. Well, here it is. Like, hello. You like Spanish. Italy there. Hello. I'm learning English to make money. That's another reason, Irvin. That's another reason. Carlos from Argentina. You spell your own country wrong. It's Argentina. Buenos Aires. Jasmine. I'm learning JJ says, I'm learning English because I like to move to I'm at the right place, yeah. To move to English countries to live and work there. Also because the English language is the bridge of communication. The most important bridge for communication to talk to people worldwide. Yeah, that sounds like something that you read in an English school material. Because English is the bridge to communication, to talk to people around the world. That sounds good. Yeah. Oh, did I just move the chat? Oh no, I didn't. I'm watching movies in English. Here it is. I watch movies in English, listening to podcasts, audiobooks. Audiobooks are good too. Reading a lot of books. Reading helps you a lot when you're learning a language. Speaking with native speakers. Before I studied in Gibraltar College, evening ESOL classes and passed to exam. That's good. I began to learn English to help my son do his homework. But after this first moment, I enjoyed the journey. Oh, that's good. It's like, oh, my son has to do English lessons. I've got to help him. So, well, actually, this is good. Yeah, that's good. Now English helps me in my current university. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Ingrid, I love foreign languages. I learn English to teach in new ways to bilingual students. That's good. Cali, Colombia. It lay there. It's 6:30. Hey, it lay there. You're going to have to click on the live button. You're behind. And the button, click live so you can catch up with us. Different countries speak in English like New Zealand, India, UK, US, Australia. I hope one day all around the world they'll speak one language. In the past, they tried to create one language, Esperanto, which had some basic rules for grammar and vocabulary, but it never caught on. It would be good if everyone could communicate in one language. What I thought would be a great one, instead of having a language that's spoken, how about like a sign language that was used around the world? That would be good. So you don't have to worry about accents or pronouncing the words well. You could actually, just using sign language, and that way it's just easier. It is important and also a bit more inclusive too. It is important to learn English nowadays, says Abdallah. It is. I'm learning English. Okay, Hannah, good to see you again. You're from, yep, Bratislava in Slovakia. I'm learning English because it's important in the world. In Brazil, it's 1 hour ahead. Did I live in Chile? Yes, I lived in Chile, and I went to Brazil too. Ingrid de la Pava says, I follow you and I use materials from Woodward in English and German too. Are you learning German too? That's good. We've got lots of free material. Okay. Woodward English has lots and lots of free materials on our website, woodwardenglish.com, grammar.cl, vocabulary.cl. That's why I've got the .cl websites, because lived in Chile, so I did it there. So if you check out, I'll put them in the chat for you, just so you can see it. So you got like grammar.cl. These are mine. Oh, ours, my wife. Vocabulary.cl. So you got those ones, and the other main one, woodwardenglish.com. These are free websites to learn English. We don't have an app at the moment, unfortunately, because I don't know how to do them. How? Here it is. Yeah, Ingrid says how I watch videos, listen to audios, do reading comprehension activities. That's good. It says if you lived in Chile, probably you speak very good in Spanish. Yeah. Fortunately, I learned Spanish because I was interested in having Chilean friends or people Spanish-speaking friends. Not interested in because of that, but I just had friends that spoke Spanish, and I got involved in local things and played sport with other people. The only language we could speak Spanish. So, yeah. Ingrid says transcriptions of audios or news is a good way to practice a language. Yeah, it also keeps you up to date. Abdallah says, I used to learn English by listening to 1 minute BBC News. It's like they got 20 minutes of news and they put in 1 minute. So they say, welcome to 1 minute BBC News. We're going to give you the news in 1 minute. Today in the world, and they say it like really, really quickly. Today in the rest of the world, something happened in this big. They say it really quickly. Hello, Sandra. Does anyone here who has WhatsApp number? Okay, actually, I personally, I don't have anything to learn English via the WhatsApp. In English, we say WhatsApp. In Spanish speakers, they say WhatsApp. I learned the word WhatsApp in Chile. But in English, we say WhatsApp. I have to still learn it. If it does, drop your number. YouTube doesn't allow you to put phone numbers in the chat. But yeah, you can have what you can do. But that is one way. Don't have a big WhatsApp group because people just start publishing stupid things. What you can do is, for example, get together with like a dozen people, like 12 people maximum, or 10 people. Just like a small group where you're sharing tips and using the language and things like that. That's like a great way, because the bigger the WhatsApp group, I've got to learn to say it correctly in English, the WhatsApp group, because I used it like for many years before coming here. So if you can use it just like to try and practice, but just with a small group is good. You're right. To speak and practice is the best way to learn and improve a foreign language. I mean that people eat the words, they don't complete it. Yeah. I advise Hello Talk app because you can talk to native English speakers. I use this app for a year. I'm losing my shyness to talk. That's good. Even if I make mistakes, it doesn't matter. Exactly. There are lots of different apps where you can speak to people. You've got like Hello Talk, iTalki. God, you've got lots of different ones that you can do it on. I'm actually interested in I'll probably join one of those apps to start learning some other languages. Actually, I have some questions about some charts and things that I'm creating. Because I create charts, as you know, in English. I do that all the time. But I've started creating them in Spanish and Italian and French and other languages. But since they're not my native language, it's not my my native language. Sometimes I have questions about it. Like it would be good to ask a native speaker, is this correct in Italian? Is this correct in French? Is this correct in Arabic? Just to make sure before I publish it, it is correct. Anyway, Oh, that's good to know, JJ. And you're intelligent. You are intelligent because you're using another language. I don't see today your beautiful you at the background. You didn't see it. Ah, here it is. This is my bedroom window today. I stay at I live in hotels and I travel around the world. And this is the view from my hotel window today, just so you know. It is not a green screen, honest. So that's the view today. I could actually just use this. Hang on. I'll just leave it on there for now. And when I need to, I'll go back to the other one. English Online says, "Hi there, I'm from Somali country, Somali. Okay. Could you tell me the easiest way to learn English?" Is there an easy way to learn English? Is there an easy way to learn any language? There's probably no easy way. There are many different ways to learn English, and it depends on the person. Some people find one way easier than another. Some people find it easier to read a book. Some people find it like studying with grammar books. Some people find it easier just watching movies. Some people find it easier in a classroom. It all depends on each person because everyone's brain works differently. But I think that one of the easiest ways to learn English is, for example, with YouTube videos, with teachers, okay? Lessons about different things. Just when you, okay, and you don't need to, like, today for 1 hour, I'm going to do it. You can do it when you're on the bus or when you're waiting for the doctor, like little 5 minutes here and there. You're at the supermarket, in line, you got nothing to do. You can just learn on social media. Social media, like different accounts on Instagram, different accounts on Twitter, and everything like that. There's so many places where you can just, instead of watching videos of people playing games or just sometimes just stupid things, you can use that time productively, just like 5 minutes here, 2 minutes here. And if you add 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, you can have 1 hour in those times when you're normally waiting for something. Like people like sit on the toilet for like 2 hours. No, just kidding. Like even like for 5 minutes sometimes, yet they take their cell phone. Instead of watching a video about a cat playing the piano, instead of watching a video about a cat playing the piano, well, just look for a short English video. It'll help your brain a lot more than anything else. So just finding those times, because not everyone has 1 hour to study sometimes. Look for those little breaks in your life where you can do that. So that's one. So there is really no easy way to learn any language because it can be quite difficult. So it just depends on what you like. If you're learning about something you like, for example, I like lots of things. Food, chocolate. If I want to learn about like the Middle Ages, like from 500 years ago, or ancient Rome, or Greece, or history, if I learn about it in another language, I'm learning about the topic I'm interested in, and I'm learning the language at the same time. I'm like, or if I'm interested in sport, if I'm interested in in rugby, for example, I could watch things in the language about like rugby in Italian, rugby in French, because rugby is played in Italy and France. I could learn from some of those things. Okay, so yeah. I used to every evening to listen to BBC News, but BBC tells so much lies. Sometimes it hurts me. Yeah, they're just like, yeah. I'm learning English, listening to everyone's listening. It's interesting. BBC News. Very interesting, your story. The difference, remember the difference between history and story. Here we go. Hello. You have history. Be careful of this. This is typical Spanish speakers. History and story. What is the difference between history and story? History are things that happened in the past. It's like in 1502 something happened. In 1912, I think the Titanic sunk. Okay. And story is a narration of events. It's like saying how things happened. When I was young, I climbed up to the top of a mountain with my family. And my family left me up the top there. And returned like 3 years later. Okay, I'm telling a story. That's a story. Okay? It's like narration. It's like joining the sentence. Whereas history is the specific events that happened in the past. Okay? Now be careful with the way that you say it. History. Because remember, in English, we usually pronounce the H. History. Story. History. Story. Okay, so you can see, don't say is story, because sometimes Spanish speakers, they add an E sound to the beginning. Don't. Story. Not is story. Story. History. Okay, so that's just something I'll throw at you. What else we got there? Because it's an international language. Yeah. Do you speak Portuguese too? No, I would like to learn Portuguese. I can read a lot of Portuguese. A lot. No, I can read some Portuguese, not a lot. But when it's spoken, no. Because it's like, there's a lot of similarities with Spanish when I can read it. But, yeah. Sandra from Colombia. In Spanish, hello, oi. Ingrid says, when foreign people speak my language incorrectly, I just understand and value their effort to try to communicate. Exactly. And that's, I think more English speakers, native English speakers, need to be like you, Ingrid. Because some people, they don't have much contact with other languages. And they're like, and there's some countries, they're like, oh, you're not speaking correctly. It's like, doesn't matter. Honestly, I'm like you. I value their effort to try to communicate, and that is important. Walkerio says, I am from Brazil. Ingrid, I feel more comfortable when I speak my language. Yeah, I feel comfortable when I speak in English or in Spanish, not really. But I love to communicate in other languages as well, and it's fun. Yeah. Like, for example, for me, in English and Spanish, like, no problem. But if I want to try Italian or French, it's like, no, it's like, I'm going to make a big mess, a huge mess. People think Portuguese and Spanish are the same. Yeah, they're similar, but they're not the same. I know that. For example, when someone speaks in Portuguese to me, I'm like, what? No. But reading, like the written form, there are some similarities. Nancy. For instance, I follow you. Hey, thank you, Nancy. I listen to music. I stick some cards in English. Ah, okay. Nerdmania, I'm from Mozambique. Welcome. My wife is from Switzerland, but I'm from Brazil. Your wife is from Switzerland, and you're from Brazil, and where are you living? You're in Brazil right now. Hey, Patricia, Begonia. Hello. Patricia, Patty, how are you learning English? How are you learning English? So, why are you learning English? Because many people have mentioned that. But how are you learning English? Let's get to that point. You like Spanish too? Hey, Carla. Nelson, I'm learning English because I'll apply for the visa studies in the next years. So you probably need the IELTS or the TOEFL. I'm going to study in Canada. Okay, that's good. But for that, you need to prepare for the exams. Because sometimes native speakers that are not English teachers, a native speaker, if they do an English test, an English exam like IELTS, they won't do well. Because you need to know the tricks and tips for an exam like IELTS or something like that. Music. I'm learning English because I want to have a good job. Cool. Purwanta. Sorry, sir. Mashallah. After that, ready to follow you less again. Okay, take care, Purwanta. Excuse me. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Woodward English is the best. Oh, thank you, JJ. Thank you. We're one of the options. There are many options to learn English. We're one of them. Why am I learning English? I don't have anything specific. I learn because I lived in the US in the future. I don't know. Maybe. Hi, teacher. Hi, Chobon. I'm Jeremias. The official language is Portuguese, but I love English. I follow Woodward for quite some time. Thank you. It helps me learn and understand English grammar. Hugs from Maputo in Mozambique. If you're a Spanish speaker, you know, yeah, you know why I hesitated when I said that city name. Okay, Muddy, because it's important in my college career, international tourism. Yeah, for tourism, you need English because, yeah, and I want to communicate with other people. Brilliant. Hello, Musafa. I'm listening to, you got English Class 101 and Duolingo. Yep, also. I'm at the moment on Duolingo, I'm learning about 12 languages. As many as possible. I don't do them all frequently, but it's like, oh, I just want to do them all. I like your 1-minute news. Yeah, I tried to do it. It's difficult. It was actually difficult. If I don't have a script, I can't do it really quickly. But for sure, I know I really need English. Hey, Jorge Casares. Another one of our wonderful members of the channel. Hi, Rob. How are you? Awesome. I'm learning English watching auctions. The auctioneer speaks slowly and clearly. $5, $5, $3 for the $5 over here, $10 over here. Do I hear anyone else? Anyone else with $6 over there? Sold to the person you just bought a Hungarian hedgehog with purple long ears for $5. Yeah, the auctioneers. If you can understand, I don't understand them. For me. Okay, an auctioneer is when you go to an auction. All right, that's a good word there. Okay, auction. Okay, what is an auction? An auction is a place where they sell an item. There are people in a room and they try and sell an item for the highest price. And like, for example, I have my wonderful cup of cold coffee. Hang on. Almost cold coffee. Okay, who wants to buy this wonderful mug of cold coffee? $5. You're offering $5. $6. Okay, the ugly guy over in the corner. $6. That wonderful lady there. $7. That is an auction where people offer more money to try and buy my cup of ugly, of cold coffee. That is an auction. My English is not very well. Don't worry, Walgerio. Keep going. You've got it. Oh, what is that? What is that, Alicia? Bon Musca. Not too sure what that is. Are you bragging about my coffee cup? Magic. I now see your beautiful view. Ah, yes. Yes. Ah, you were talking about my beautiful view. Yes. Yes, I live in hotels. Yes. And this is my view from the window, of course. Ah, there's actually a program on TV at the moment in New Zealand. It's from England. And this person, she goes and stays the night in a rich person's house. And I've never seen it. I've only seen the advertisement for it. And she goes into the house, is like, they've got like a movie theater and things like that. Imagine having that lifestyle. Crazy. You just go. Yeah, so I'm bragging about my view. It's like, yeah, this is the view every day. Carla, I'm on the bus listening to you. That is awesome, Carla. Hang on, if I put this in the bus, can anyone hear you at the moment? Can anyone hear you? And everyone in the bus is like, what's happening? What's happening? Sorry. What else we got there? But that's great, Carla. That's what I used to do too when I was on the bus. When I was traveling from one place to one English class to another English class. I'd have a book or something. I would use that time to learn. That is brilliant, Carla. Congratulations. You're okay, Fatma. Strange, I understand you, although I don't speak English. That is weird. Yeah. I use a bit of telepathy in there too. Johannes, I'm Ethiopian. Welcome in. I'm so tired now, midnight. Please change it. Miramad, I can't do it earlier because I cannot get up early in the morning. Sorry. This is the earliest I can do it. One day I mentioned, sometime this year, I'm going to do a 12-hour stream, so you'll be awake for it. Hello, Al-Bashira Sheri. Hello, Chalborn. Thank you. Oh, you're from Morocco. Interesting. History and story. History is old. Okay. Larissa says, I'm reading Mark Manson's blog every day. There are a lot of interesting motivated articles. That's cool. What type of articles? Is it about motivation, self-help? Let me know about it. History is real events. Depends, real events, because something happened 500 years ago. It could be the person that created that or did that. History depends on who rules at the time. Story equals narration of events. Ingrid, you're so funny. It's actually crazy. More than funny. Story's a tale? Yes. Fabi, story is a tale. Okay, I'm behind on the chap now. Story perhaps in some time not... Yes, story is sometimes not real. History and... Okay, Miramad says, what is the difference between history and myth? That's a good question. History... Okay, history is, like we mentioned, events, real events in the past. A myth or story. You're thinking about story. You're probably thinking of story. Okay, story is a narration, a tale. A myth is a type of story. But myth normally has fantastical creatures, gods. They usually come from a long time in the past. Actually, I'm gonna go see what the official... What is a myth? A story from ancient times, especially one that was told to explain natural events and or to describe the early history of a people. Okay, so it's a type of story, but it's like from ancient times, and it's usually to explain certain things that happen. That's interesting. Okay, another one is... Hello, Gaga from Poland. You're from Poland too. Alessi's from Poland. Ingrid, tongue twisters are great to improve pronunciation. Tongue twisters. Oh, let me find a tongue twister. Okay. I'll look for a tongue twister. Or if anyone's got a tongue twister, they can put it in the chat. Tongue twister. A tongue twister is... Oops, I spelled that incorrectly. Wow. Images. Oh, God. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? 20 top tongue twisters. Yeah, I should actually do a lesson about tongue twisters. Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I didn't actually show you on the screen. There it is. So you got story and you got myth. There it is. I forgot to change it from the view. What else we got there? So you're late today? Don't worry, Gaga. Yeah, so tongue twisters are actually difficult, even for native speakers. But yeah, it's one way to practice the pronunciation. Hello, Somia. Jesus Gonzalez. I'm from Peru. I started 8 months ago to learn English, and I like to understand newspapers or comics. Yeah. That's another recommendation that I have about how are you learn. There are many different ways to learn English. There are many different ways. Some people prefer one method, others another method. Some of the ways that you can try, for example, where is it? As Jesus says, comics. When I was young, I used to like the Asterix. You know Asterix? You know, the ancient... He's from Gaul, which is now current-day France. Asterix and Obelix. Of course, in English. But that was originally from France. And for me, if I want to learn some French, I would go to that book because one, I like asterisks and obliques, and two, it's in French and I want to learn French, so I'd learn it that way. So those types of comics, it's a great way to learn. That's actually good. Hi, Musafir. I need to study English because in my work, there are people from all over the world. I work on the platform near Equinor. Okay. Miss. I'm here listening to you and learn when you speak. Good. Hi, Jenna. I'm learning English because my two daughters live in the US. Their families do not speak Polish or Russian. If I want to speak with them, I have to learn it. Well, that's very nice of you. You want to talk to the in-laws. You don't have to talk to the in-laws. Yes, you do. But yeah, I mean, and it's appreciated when the families, when they try and both, like, try to speak to each other, learn a little bit of the other language, even if it's the basics, like hello and how are you and thank you. Just try and learn the basics. So that's great what you're doing, Gaga. Hello, my name is Daniel from Colombia. What is your advice for beginners to facilitate the learning process? Okay, what do people recommend for people learning? I've actually got that as a topic somewhere. Here it is. Excuse me. Okay, I said, what advice would you give to someone starting to learn English? I put this on the website. I'll just quickly read. The first thing is, don't worry about making mistakes. That is when you discover what you need to work on. Don't worry about mistakes. Try and use English as much as possible in your daily life. Even if you put if you're learning vocabulary about, I don't know, parts of the house, you can put like a little piece of paper and stick it on, this is a fridge, okay, or refrigerator. You can have it over different, like mirror, for if you're looking at like a espejo or whatever, mirror, and you just put it there, and you'll see it frequently over the next 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, you will remember. Remove it, and then next time it's like, and then put another thing, which is a question mark. Little piece of paper with a question mark is, how do you say that in English? It's fridge. What was that? That thing you look in? Mirror. Okay, just to remember, to remind you, did I learn that new word? That's like one way. Another one that you can do is try to mimic, which means copy what native speakers say in movies and series. I do it sometimes, not because I'm learning English, just to try and learn accents. Is, for example, in New Zealand, there are programs that come from England. And there's like a game show called The Chase, okay? And in that program, you have like 4 contestants from different parts of England or Great Britain, okay? And what I notice, a lot of them have different accents. I mean, like, people say, British English is the best. It depends on the person. And some people are difficult to understand, and some people have a very strong accent. I still do not distinguish which part of the country they're from. But what I do sometimes is they'll say something, and I'll try and mimic. I'll try and copy what they say, but with their accent. And the reason I do it is because I want to feel what changes in my throat, what changes in my mouth, to try and produce the same sound as this person from, the west part of England or something, which is different from someone from Scotland, because they have different accents. I do it sometimes just to learn about where the different positions of the throat and the tongue and everything happens. And you can do the same thing, like with a movie. There's a certain line, there can be only one. Like you can, like from the movie Highlander, you try and repeat what he says with his accent, and it's like, actors have to do it. not, they don't like copy other actors, but they try and copy the accent for a certain, movie that they're doing. So this thing's called mimic, and it's just to get you comfortable. And when you're trying to pronounce this sentence, like, why are you learning English? It's like what I said it in that tone, or that with that intonation, whatever, because like you start getting a feel for the language. So that's one thing. You don't understand what they're saying sometimes, but you just try and repeat, and it's like, and that's one way to improve your pronunciation. And that way you'll become more comfortable with the rhythm of the language and the pronunciation of it. Another thing I recommend for people learning English or starting with English is read books for children. Like we mentioned before, even comics or just books for children. Or you have like graded readers, which means books that are like for certain levels. They're brilliant. Whenever I go to, in the past, I had to travel a lot. And when I traveled, if I'm in a country I don't speak their language, I would buy children's books in that language. I've got books in Portuguese, in French, in different in Spanish, and different languages, because I know one day I want to learn the language. And then you've got them because the language is more simple, and you don't get as frustrated. So those are other ways. Another one, and sometimes, like if the book is, I remember buying, was it Little Red Riding Hood? Okay, Caperucita Roja. I bought that book, but I have it in Portuguese. I can't remember what it is. But like, the story. You know what? That spoiler. The wolf tries to eat her. Okay, spoilers over. But if you like Little Red Riding Hood, the story, or Cinderella, the story. So there are certain things that's like, so that is how you say pumpkin. That is how you say certain words in that language. So like children books, I think they're wonderful. Or if you like Harry Potter in your language, try and do it in English. It can be difficult, but yeah. Try and learn at least one word a day. And don't worry about what singers say in songs. Okay, so that's just some different recommendations for people learning English in general, not just beginners. Okay, I'm learning English at a special school. Hang on 1 second. Sorry, I mean sirens. Okay. Oh, Iran! I'm listening to English to open new horizons. New horizons, new opportunities. That's awesome. I'm learning. I started to learn. Okay, Amal. I started to learn Spanish during the lockdown, and one of the funniest things that has happened to me in the early days of learning Spanish is that I was watching a video that's supposed to speak Spanish, but by the end of the day, it turned out it was Portuguese. That happens. That happens. You're so happy tonight. I'm always, well, not always happy, but I'm usually, I'm awake now. At the beginning of the stream, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Rob's live stream. Hello, Anand from Morocco. One of the things that I'm currently doing to learn English, this is Jorge Cáceres. One of the things that I'm currently doing to learn English is watching movies and series in English with English subtitles. That's good. If you're going to watch a movie in English, put the English subtitles. Sometimes I do that too, because it's like there's a movie called, I think, Snatch or something like that. It's in English, and I'm like, what? Don't understand a thing. But it's good. It is 5 o'clock in Cali. Studying English isn't easy sometimes. It's not English. Carla, you have your earphones. Okay. Good morning, teacher. I'm good. Thank you, Rodelia. Good to see you. Bye, Ingrid. Bye. Many difficulties with phrasal verbs. There are at least 20,000 phrasal verbs. And grammar. Thanks to your website, they're improving. That's good. But it's difficult to improve my writing skills. If you have advice to improve it, I'd really appreciate it. Start a diary. Start a diary in English, just and talk about the common things that you do. For example, I'll go back to the full screen while I explain this. Just have a good view. For example, what you'll discover for even low levels, have a diary. And a diary is like, okay, today is, I don't know what today is, Saturday the whatever, 20th, 28th, I don't know what day it is, of August. We're in August now, I think. And so what you do is like, okay, at the beginning, it'll be very simple. Today, I woke up at 9 o'clock. But if you don't know the word wake up, or you know the word wake up, but then you discover, oh, what's the past tense of wake up? Oh, and look for it in a dictionary. Okay, I woke up. Okay, I mean, at your level, you know this. But as you advance, it's like, and today I went, oh, how do I say that sport where you fight with swords? You look for it. Fencing, that's the word. I went to fencing classes, and then you learn the vocabulary that applies to your life. And it's very likely you will use it again. Okay? So you'll use the word fencing again. You'll use the word wake up again or whatever. And also, there are things that you're interested in. And at the same time, you can talk about not just what you did. Today I was frustrated because, I don't know, something happened. You could talk more about your feelings. And then you discover, I need vocabulary. So just doing like a little diary, a short thing every day in this language, excuse me, in the language that's a great way. So that's one way to improve your writing. It's more like to improve your vocabulary and looking for certain structures and things like that. But also, write an essay, 250 words about. That's hard. It's difficult to do that part. Especially if you don't have a teacher or someone that can correct you. It can be a bit more difficult. But start with a diary. And if you don't need to talk just about what you did today, talk about what you would like in the future, your goals, objectives, or motivational things to help you as a person. Somia, I'm a beginner. I think I can't get English. You will, Somia. Self-help articles. I like those, Larissa. I'm always looking to improve myself. Good morning. I use replica to improve my English, Marcos. What is replica? What is that? Is that like for the repetition, to repeat someone? Shaobun, I can understand English very well, but I have some difficulties to write and speak in an advanced way. What is some advice about the way the sun gives us good motivation? I mean, this is where you probably do need a teacher or someone else. I mean, there are many ways you can do one-on-one. Like, if you're learning English, you find someone who wants to learn Spanish or Portuguese or Italian, you can do language exchanges. Those are good. But yeah, it can be difficult. Fantasy, yeah. Okay, Fatma, good night, thank you. Thank you, Fatma, for coming along from Egypt. Anna from Russia, great. I think watching movies, yeah. Nuts. I'm going to call you Patriot. I learn English by listening to native speakers. Now I start to read books like Harry Potter, The Hobbit, Dune. This is hard, yeah. Like the Lord of the Rings and things like that. That's difficult. Harry Potter's not as difficult, except for when they use words for spells and things. But yeah, readings, it makes me crazy. So many difficult words. That's because there are words that are invented sometimes. Jorge. The other thing that I do is configuring my cell phone with English language and my notebook and all my gadgets. Even my dog barks in English. Yeah, say woof, not wow. Woof. This is. I'll go back here. This is the sound in English. A dog says woof. Okay, woof. That's what A dog says woof. A cow says cow. A cat says meow. A cow says meow. A cow goes moo. Okay, English cows in New Zealand, they're a little confused. They go meow. A cow goes moo. There's a cat. There's a song like this. Don't start singing it. Dog goes woof, woof. Yeah, so your dog barks in English. Vocabulary makes me mad too. Yeah. Hello, teacher. I'm new to the English language learning platform. There are many of your passages, but I forgot some lessons. Then you repeat them. Remember, yeah. Repetition. When you're learning a language, repetition is important. Repeat what people say. Repeat yourself. Repeat yourself. Repeat yourself. But repetition is important because they say you need to see something 7 times before it stays in your brain. That is why advertisements on television, they repeat the same advertisement 7 times at least. The first time, oh, interesting advert. Second time, I remember this. Third time, you sort of know what's going to happen. Fourth time, you know what they're going to say. Fifth time, okay, that's why they repeat advertisements on television. The same thing with the language. The more you repeat it, or the more that you use a certain thing, is the more that likely you'll retain the information. English is a jawbreaker and mental strain. How to develop speaking English and how to be fluent where English is not spoken. Now, there are so many applications where you can speak with other people online. You got Zoom, but I mean, you got apps like, I don't know, iTalk, all of those. There are lots of language learning apps where you can speak with other people, okay? I can understand all native speakers, but speaking it is tough. The most important thing, to try. Find someone. Even if someone that is not a native speaker, it doesn't need to be a native speaker. Have someone that speaks your language. For example, it might be Russian or Ukrainian, I can't really tell. You can use the language like to communicate between. Don't worry about making mistakes. Try and use it. Diana, Priscilla de Vindas. Hi, I'm from Panama. Whenever I see Panama, I always think of the Van Halen song. Panama. Anyway, I'm learning English because I need to communicate with other people at my work or in my work. Great. Practice the language. Gaga. Oh, where? Hang on, I've got a. Oh, I'm behind. Here it is. Wow. Okay, I might be behind in the chat a little. There's lots of comments, and that's great. That's a great thing. When I speak English, I have to forget the letter R. I'm self-taught, says Gaga. I have lots of English books and songs. Yeah, books. Read. Start reading. It's enough for me. I have difficulty to understand British people when they speak. I read the magazine for children, Highlight. I have a lot of books for children. I bought a lot of books for children. That's great to lay there. No, some people in England, they're sometimes difficult to understand. Don't worry. Rodelia, I need to study English because my job and I want to go to America, the United States of America. Okay. Anna says, I'm learning English to better understand our international guests at events because I've been a volunteer for many years. That's good. What type of events are they, Anna? Fencing. Yeah, Cassius. You got it. Can you help me pronounce community? Community. There it is. Replica is an AI app. Artificial intelligence app. One of the best. Okay, didn't know. Hi from Brazil. Ludanilda. I love your grammar videos and always share it with my students. Thank you, Ludmila. Really appreciate it. That is what I love. I love that teachers show the videos to the students. That is why I don't normally appear in my videos, because your students don't need to see me, they need to see the topic. I have these live conversations if you want to see me, but I don't know why you want to see me. Frog in your throat. I've got a whole family of frogs in my throat. Stop drinking cold coffee and drink a beer. Okay, 1 second. I'm learning English because I want to understand series. This is Samantha Hernandez. Because I want to understand series without subtitles and listen to music to understand lyrics. I mean, there are a lot of series like on Netflix or just on Netflix. You got lots of series, or on Amazon, loads of series you can watch. It's important to speak to yourself in English. Thinking in English helps me a lot too. Recording you is also handy, but it's an uncomfortable. Yeah, when I hear myself. When I'm recorded, it's like, oh, is that how you sound? You sound funny. Yeah, in fact, I'm going to take a Cambridge English exam. Which one? The IELTS or first certificate or what? And in the writing part, first is required to write an essay, 250 words. And part 2, I must write an article, report, formal. Okay. Yeah. I have to create some lessons about writing essays. I used to teach it, but yeah, I need to create a lesson about. Teacher, could you give us reading source? I don't have anything. Check out the articles on grammar website maybe. Yeah, I know. Put some cough drops in your mouth. It will help. Maybe that's what I should do before I do live streams, because I talk so much and then in my throat it's like, it becomes like this. Because I talk like non-stop for like 2 hours. Okay, Alicia, sleep well. You're not patient with books, Baskerville. Really? You should read more, definitely. It helps with your vocabulary. Teacher, what is the most difficult part of learning English? I think one of the most difficult parts of learning English is if you're reading, trying to read or pronounce what you read, because English is terrible. The way that it is written is different to the way that you pronounce it. So that is what is difficult. Grammar's easy. It's just the pronunciation. Jorge says, there's a lot of websites to learn with native English speakers like Cambly, italki. I've been using Cambly for a while, though it's a little expensive. Yeah, there are different ways you can do it. However, Jorge, great mention. However, there's also a few Discord channels that have speaking channels for free. Woodward English has a Discord channel. Just so you know, we have a Discord channel for members of the community. Okay. Just reading what Ange said. Yeah, but we do have a Discord channel for members of the. If you're a member of the channel, if you're already a member and you don't have access, let me know and I'll send you the link. And that way, every now and then, we get together and we can just talk. You get the video there, or just with audio, and just practice English. So if you want to practice English, become a member of this YouTube channel. Not just a subscriber, a member, and remind me to give you a link, and it gives you our Discord channel. Good for the throat. It's a chewy gigarod. I don't know what that is. It's good to get native speakers to practice pronunciation. Hi, learn English. Yes, read English books helps you remember English. I would like subtitles in English. And this is, Juan Jose, this is live. It is impossible. I don't know if it's possible to have live subtitles while I'm speaking right now. When this finishes, there will be subtitles, but not right now. I learn English because I love this language, but the problem is that I don't have anyone to speak with in my city. There are many things online where you can do it. There are many things. Okay, and just going to, 1 second. Perfect. There it is. So, what else? Are there some other questions that we have? I'm trying not to think too much while I'm speaking. That happens at the beginning. Just trying to keep the flow. Exactly. It makes it more fluid, makes it more natural. Exactly. So just go. Don't worry about making mistakes. I always say that. So, I've got some other questions about you. Okay, let's get rid of the woof, the meow, and the moo. Essential words that you need if you go to an English-speaking country. Anyway, some other questions for you are, what do you like most about learning English? What do you like most about learning English? Oops, there it is. What do you like most about learning English? Let's go here. Okay, here it is. What do you like most about learning English? Is there anything, I like learning this thing about English. I love that I can communicate. I love that, I don't know, it's improved my life. Another question is this one here. Oops. No, don't want that. This is the one that we want. Here it is. What positive experiences have you had about learning English? What positive experience or experiences have you had about learning English? Cassia says, realizing I'm improving on a daily basis little by little. Chewy ginger root is a good thing for the throat. Yeah. I need to actually do something before I go on stream because where I talk so much. I'm going to take the Cambridge first certificate. I like to practice and write essays, but I don't know if the structure is the same as okay. In general, the structure of essays are the same for every exam. For the TOEFL and the IELTS and probably the first. Essay is an essay. Doesn't change much. Just the topics of the essays are the things that are different. Hello from Iraq. I like to listen and read. Alfania, also hi from India. What are some positive experiences have you had about learning English? Well, so what do you like the most about learning English? You like the vocabulary? Cool. That's good. What else? What about some positive experience? I've caught up to the chat. So if you type in the chat now, I'll be able to read you immediately. Not like 5 minutes later. Let's go have a look up here. What advice? You like the speaking part? Yeah, that's good. Alfanida. The more you speak English, the more you can understand the culture and make native English speaker friends. Yeah. That's like the more that I learn Spanish, the more you can learn about the culture and the way people think and the way things are and everything like that. That's brilliant. I like communicating. I like communication in English language. Brilliant. So what are some different ways? Okay, I enjoy that I can read news in English. This is Samantha Hernandez. I enjoy that I can read news in English or some interesting articles. Also to know people from from other countries. Other, because another is singular. And give advice is uncountable, to foreigners about what places to visit. To visit in my city. Great. This is where was it? Hang on. Get rid of that one. Here we go. I just want to show you something. What is the difference between another and other? Be careful. Another and other. Another. Where's my plus on this keyboard? There it is. It's like I've got a keyboard in English, got a keyboard in Spanish, and this one's in English, and this is like, I've got to find where the things are. Things are in different positions. Another plus singular noun. Okay. There it is, another plus singular noun. And then we have, get rid of that one. Then we have other plus a plural noun. There it is. So other plus singular. So we say, for example, another day. Day is singular. Other days. Days is plural, just so you know. Great. Now we've got more people in the chat again. Wow, thanks so much. If you're visiting or living in other countries and you speak their language, you don't feel like an outsider. And that's important. I think if you're going to live in another country, especially if you live, you should learn some, even if it's a minimal part, some of the other language. Anna says, my dream is comparing English and Russian etymology. I like etymology. It's like the origin of words. Oh yeah, it's science for me. It's very interesting. I have English etymology dictionary. Oh, that's great. Alfanita says reading is very important for studying English. Another. Oh, you got it in French. Yeah, so other is singular, other is plural. Jorge says, one of the good things of learning English is that I can speak in a meeting with people from other countries. Many colleagues don't speak English, so I have the opportunity to speak and shine. Good. And Diana, I like spelling and the pronunciation. Good. Hi, Basol. Yeah, other is... Yeah, that's in French, though. Okay, so this question here, let's look at different ways that you can learn, that people learn English. So how are you learning English? You can learn you can be part of sometimes you're part of a course at a school, like high school or primary school or universities. Okay, sometimes it's there. Sometimes people take lessons at language schools. And at the moment, having lessons at language schools, I honestly wonder if that will become obsolete in probably like about 20, 30 years from now. Language schools, do you think they will be obsolete in like 20 years from now, maybe 30 years from now? Except for language schools in a country. For example, in a language school in England, there will probably always be language schools in England or in the United States of America, because when people arrive, they need to improve their English. But at the moment, there's so many other ways to learn English online. There's so many ways to learn online. Ravia says, speaking with others in English every day is one of my positive experiences. And reading technical issues in English is one of my favorite tasks when I need to know some information about something. Yes, like if you need to learn how to do anything in English, you got YouTube and you can learn about it. And most of the time the answers are in English. Abdi Shakur, I live in a country which doesn't have great teachers, but doesn't matter. I bet you in your country there will be some great teachers. You just have not found them yet. I'm now a teacher. Okay, see? And I want to be better than before. So my question is, how can I be a great teacher? I'm a teacher and I'm still learning after 25 years. Always continue to learn. That is how you can be a great teacher. One day, I will be a great teacher. But how can you be a great teacher is like, when you yourself learn another language, that's a great thing to have. But I mean, great teacher is, a great teacher wants the students to be successful. For example, when I was doing IELTS classes in Chile, I was very passionate about that because, and I was probably a great teacher because my obsession was for those 4 students or 6 students in my class. Eventually it was 6 students in my class. My passion, my obsession was I wanted each of those 6 students to pass the IELTS exams. And when a teacher wants their students to be successful, that is what makes a great teacher, because it's like you just give everything so that that person succeeds in what they want. That is what makes a great teacher, I think. I just thought of that. What else we got? Here. Jorge says almost all of the documentation for new technologies are written in English, so reading in English is a must for my job. Yeah, I mean, that's when I'm learning about something to do with websites and things like that, it's going to be in English. I will go another day to school, come another day to my house, working to my co-workers, talking to my co-workers in the US. Okay. Live means learning. We don't have perfect person in this world. Exactly. You can become very close though. In my first time, learned grammar in school in Algeria. After that, I learned sentences by heart. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Colleen. I like to speak with people all over the world and learn something new. I love that too. That's a positive thing about learning other languages. It's just meeting people. Something for me is like the music. I love music. It's like, so much good music in other languages. It's like, wow. Larissa says, I like, from all over the world and learning something new. Positive experience. I'm married to a native English speaker. I hope it's positive. Those native English speakers, they're terrible. They're terrible. Don't marry them. Okay, thanks a lot, Miramad. Hey, Shri. And sometimes I learn by heart songs. That's a good way. Learn your favorite songs by heart. Explore the world without fear. Yeah, that's a positive thing about it. Learning English. You can explore the world without fear. What's another way? Private teachers. Another way is private teachers. This can be in person or online. You got private teachers. And again, sometimes now it can be more convenient to have a private teacher online, via video, Zoom or whatever, than to go to English classes at a school sometimes. Yeah. Explore the world without fear. Sorry, teacher, how to speak. What's your name? What's your name with new people? I want to meet. What's your name? What's your name? You can say it. What's your name? What's your name? My name's Rob. Or you just say, my name's Rob. And you hand your hand and automatically they should give their name. Meet equals hello. Nice. No, meet has different meanings, so don't worry about that. Because I want to communicate with people. If you want to talk all around the world, it is good. So I think, online could be cheaper too. Yes, online can also be cheap, especially some people are still in lockdown, like New Zealand. You can find it sometimes cheaper to have one-on-one interaction. Guillermo. Hey, I'm learning because I need to keep contact internationally with my work. And I mean, a lot of international business is a common language is English. Rodelia says, my favorite thing about learning English is pronouncing a word correctly or well. Yeah. It's like when you pronounce words like, yes, I am the master. Okay, for some of you that are studying by yourself, I have a question for you. Now, I'll just copy it from my list of questions that I have for you. How do you study English by yourself? Because some people, they cannot take English lessons, or they cannot pay for private teachers or something like that. How can you study? I'll change it. How do you study? How can you study English by yourself? That's better. How can you study English by yourself? What would you recommend for a person that can only study by themselves? What would you recommend? Sometimes we've got an excellent idea, but if we can't properly communicate it, it is sometimes frustrating, Cassius, not being able to communicate or express yourself. For example, I want to say all of this, but I only say this. It can be frustrating. But that's where you discover, it's like, when you're in that situation where you're frustrated, I want to say all of this, but I can only say this. Later, when you're studying by yourself, what you can do is like, okay, what did I really want to say? Often it's because you need vocabulary more than grammar. A lot of the time it's vocabulary that you need, like precise words for specific situations. Sorry, it's Anne. It's Anne. Ah, meet. Hello, and meet. What's your name? Yes or no? Meet means, I've actually got a chart about that. I created a chart somewhere about meet. Meet is like, nice to meet you. But you don't say meet as a form of hello. And meet. Yeah, so like meet is nice to meet you. Meet means like to be in your presence for the first time. So how can you study English by yourself? Watching movies and series and talking with natives. How can you talk with natives? Applications. YouTube, like Maria Costea says. I'm learning English on YouTube. There's so many YouTube channels of many people from many different countries. Some are excellent teachers. Some are just having fun. Whatever. It's just like, it's all valid. It's all different ways. YouTube videos. There's so many. There are so many. So outside of YouTube, what else? What other ways can you learn? What other ways can you study by yourself? I've got a question for you. On your phone, on your cell phone right now, what language learning applications do you have? So how can I say this? What language learning apps, I'll just do it in big letters, so do you have on your phone right now? Boom. So what language learning apps means applications, do you have on your phone right now? Let's have a look. A good app is Speaky. So Guillermo, a good app is Speaky. Okay. Do you have that on your cell phone right now or your smartphone? Who wants to learn language? He must learn every day, in every hour of his life, and he must not stop. Exactly. Shri says by reading English books, watching movies, singing English songs, karaoke, and searching English exposures or English expositions maybe, or lessons on YouTube. Anna says, Woodward English. I don't know, so I joined your live. Hey, Burak, how's it going? Adolfo, JW, don't tell me about hiccups now. JW language, that's on your phone right now. Meet. I use Google Translate to learn it. You have to be careful with Google Translate because sometimes the translations are not perfect. It gives you an idea, which is important. Okay, Shri says, British Council app. Dictionary, IELTS. Okay. So you got JW language, allows you to learn many languages. Okay. Learning, you've got Babbel. You've got Babbel on your phone. Use a translator too. What applications have you got on your phone, for example, to learn English? Do you have any? If you don't, you should. Because you want to, if just for 5 minutes, just 5 minutes when you're waiting for someone or something, not when you're driving. Just like you said, read or write something, and then when there's a word you don't know, look for it and write it down to study it. Busu, but I have not used it yet. So you download it, but you haven't used it. Okay. I'm waiting for people to say what apps they have on their phone. Duolingo there, Guido? You've got Duolingo? I've got Duolingo here too, on my phone, I think. Babbel, News and Level are good apps. Excellent. I'm learning English and watching TV, listening, radio, writing. What else we got? Other people, let me know what type of things you have on your phone, because I have another question for you about it. On my phone, I've installed Duolingo and Elsa Speaking. I haven't heard of that. Tell me more about Elsa Speaking. What is it? What do you like about it? What do you like about that language learn? Okay. Will this fit? Here it is. So what language apps do you have on your phone right now? Because some people are like, oh, I might try that one. What do you like about that language learning app? For example, what do you like about Duolingo? What do you like about Babbel? What do you like about the JW language? What do you like about the British Council app? What things do you like? And what things don't you like? So you've got Duolingo, Lingualia, and British Council. Awesome. It's crazy on my Russian phone, but I use 2 translators, Yandex and Ebilingvo. Last is the best for me. Interesting. Exactly, I agree with you. So what do you like about those applications? And why do you continue to use it? What do you like about, for example, something that I like about Duolingo, like learning other languages, is the fact that it is has gamification. Gamification means it's like you get rewards and prizes, and you have certain objectives that you need to complete. Elsa Speaking evaluates your pronunciation. You talk to the phone and gives you a percentage of how well you pronounce it. That's interesting. Because I've tried some applications and I give I speak English and I say something and they're like, incorrect. I'm like, what? So it depends on the level of artificial intelligence. Okay, Cassius says, Domina Inglés. Patreon. Tim Patreon. In Brazil is fantastic. I really recommend it. Cool. It means dominate English. You don't like Indigo? You don't like it. Why? They're starting very low level, so I get bored. So what do you like? What don't you like? So you don't like Duolingo. Okay, why don't you like it? Hi, JC. Hi, I already know English, but I must improve my fluency and accent to get a job. What do you reckon to me? Now, at your level, for example, if you already know English, you need to go online with a native speaker. Or no, with an English teacher. Especially. That will help you. Voice of America, VOA is Voice of America. Duolingo, must be Duolingo. The Merriam-Webster, like the dictionary on there. Good night, learn English. Ravier. I used to use Memrise app to improve my vocabulary. And why don't you use it now? So in the past, you used Memrise. So why don't you use it now? Fabi Cruz. And on YouTube, there are lots of videos where they teach grammar. Yeah, there are lots and lots of grammar videos. You finished Duolingo last winter. And after that, there's nothing else to do. But do they add new content maybe? Maybe not. You don't like applications? No. That's perfect. I've got probably 3 or 4 applications to learn languages. And I probably only use 1 frequently. Oh, thank you very much. I will find it. Today I had an interview. And they just offered me a position in Spanish, only to translate English to Spanish to the customers. That's good. I recommend to study English every day, says Diana. I do it 2 hours each day. That's impressive. That is good that you've got that amount of time. But yes, what's more important is every day, even if it's only 5-10 minutes, just every day, just to keep it going, to keep it the retention in there. Reading news apps, lyrics. I think we've got just about everything. Okay. So Duolingo and Lingualia help me to have more vocabulary and grammar. That's great. Halima. Hey, hello. Sometimes I listen to podcasts in English. Yeah, in Spotify or Google Podcast. Google Podcast, they got everything, of course. Yeah, I never heard of the Google Podcast. Interesting. Because got the Spotify there, so you got podcasts in English. Those are good, especially if it's a topic you're interested in. Like if you're interested in IT, you can listen to podcasts in that in English, and it'll help you improve. Thanks, Diana. I think I need to talk with some native speakers some hours a day. Yes, that's just speak it, use it. There are many applications to do that. Larissa says, I'm learning English on YouTube. I like to watch stand-up comics on English. That's actually good. That's difficult. Example, Gabriel Iglesias. Does he do it in English? But Woodward English is the best. Look at this. I got this tear going down the side of my face. Thank you. The reason I do these live, they're not lessons. These are live episodes. I don't know what they are. Live something. I don't know what to call this. The reason I do this is because I know many people do not have the opportunity to practice their English. Okay, we're not speaking at the moment. But if you're a member, if anyone wants to speak, if you're a YouTube member, you want to speak live on YouTube, you can do it via the Discord channel. But, yeah, it's like, what is it, oh God, I just lost what I was going to say. But yeah, you can you need to use it. I actually came to thank you for your videos because they're a very important part of my classes. Thank you, Adolfo Torres. I really appreciate it. We're doing some teamwork to teach my students. You are such a nice and dedicated teacher. Thank you. Well, I have a question for you, Adolfo. What other videos do you need? What other things can I do to help you as a teacher with your students? Let me know. Because I'm always interested in helping teachers so that it's easier for them in the classroom. Diana Priscilla, it's good. Best variant. You're the best teacher. Consistency. Yes, Cassius. Consistencies. Be constant. I would like to have your accent, Woodward. My accent. It's a mixture of New Zealand and neutral and God knows. Your accent and velocity. Wow. Yes, I am a native speaker, by the way. That is my goal. TED Talks. Cassius, those are great. The TED Talks, the TED Talks. There's so many interesting topics there. They're short, concise, they're brilliant. JC, that's a good point. People in my environment don't speak English, only Spanish, so it's difficult. My Spanish pronunciation is good, thank you. Lo agradezco mucho. Thanks, Adolfo. Thank you, Basketball. Good night, Basketball. It's just about that time where we must say goodbye. Almost that time. I want to read the last comments. They've got, Google Podcast is really good. There's a podcast called TED Daily. Someone's just mentioned it. They have very interesting episodes. When will there be a Woodward podcast? When I have people that can help me to produce different things. I have so many ideas, and just working just myself and my wife on different things, it's difficult to do everything that we want to do. Because we've got English and Spanish and different things that we're working on. So eventually I would like to have a team to help me do some of the things that take time to do, so I can create more things to help people. Eventually, yes, I would like to have a Woodward podcast, but at the moment, I do not have time. I'm focusing on the videos, and once I have all of the videos that I want on YouTube, then I can just do live sessions like this, and then focus on other areas. I'll think about it, and I'll let you know. Oh, great. That's great, Adolfo. Please, can you create a video with the differences between past simple and the perfect tense? That's something that I've got on my list, the perfect tense. That is on my list. a Woodward podcast eventually, but won't be happening this year, just so you know. Thank you. Good night. Good night, Fatima. Good night, Alia. Thank you very much, dear teacher. You're the best teacher. Have a good weekend. Last summer weekends. Oh, yes, in the Northern Hemisphere. It's the last weekends of summer. But here in New Zealand, we are on the way to summer now. Yes. So we're going to leave it like that now. It's been great talking to everyone. I love it when you come and chat with me. I love it. I love it. I love talking to people from all over the world and listening to your ideas and reading all of these fascinating things. Burak says, I'm at university in Turkey and in engineering department, but I can't learn English. I've prepped school for 1 year, but you can't learn enough. There's so many ways you can learn on English. Yes, I need someone to produce my podcast. I can do the speaking part, but I need people to upload and clean the audio and do all of these things. But eventually, I'm on your team. Take New Zealand. Okay, you learn how to do a podcast. I'll bring you to New Zealand. No worries. Simple. Okay, it's closed now, so we can't, but that's the only reason I can't bring you, Jorge. Please never stop doing your videos. I won't stop doing videos. Hopefully. I won't stop doing videos. The first one I watched was the ED ending. That helped me a lot. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Thank you for the advice, teacher. Have a great weekend, Fabi. I'd love to visit New Zealand. If anyone visits New Zealand, let me know. Cassius, thank you. Also, Adolfo Torres, thank you. This was the first time I've been here. Welcome, Adolfo. I'm here same time almost every week. Same time every week, I'll be here. And also, I'll let you know the topic in Twitter, Instagram, those places. Hope you can join us next time, Adolfo. JJ, thank you for the live conversation. Have an awesome weekend. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Exactly. Thank you, everyone. Remember, if you are a channel member, if you want to be a channel member, click the join button down the bottom and we chat. We've got the Discord channel, and also you get these cool icons. You know, I've seen them today already. There you go, icons and things that you can use in the chat too, like this and this, and haha. So you get cool things like that. But just the fact that you come every week, I really appreciate that too, because it makes the conversation more interesting. So what I will, thank you, Anna. So what I might do just for a moment on the Discord channel, if you're a member, you got other ones too like that. So if you're a Discord, if you have access to our Discord channel, go there. I'll jump on to the live thing for a while. So if you want to speak to me in person, where you get to speak your language, become a join member and go to the Discord. Okay, so until next time, thank you everyone for coming along. I hope some of this helped you today just to practice the language. Thank you, Guido. Thank you, Laura. You've learnt a lot. Thank you, Larissa, also. Enjoy the rest of your weekend in Gibraltar. Also, Cassius Rodelia. Thank you, Angelica, for being there to control the spammers. I have a language learning app as Woodward. Yeah. One day, I'd like to do an application. I don't know how, though, so I have to wait. So thank you. Until next time, stay safe, take care, and have an awesome weekend.